creation is subject to the first creature that held from God. So Jesus is the first manifestation of creation. In the beginning, because God has no beginning. So when he wanted to begin something, he became the beginning. He began first that which he was to begin. So he has to be the first creature. So he came out of himself as the first creature. And then every other creation would have to come from him. From the Logos. From the Logos. Logos was loaded in the beginning. So greater than the beginning now himself is the Logos. Because the beginning would have to create all things according to the Logos. John 1 verse 3. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So here's the point. Everything was made by him, but he is not everything. Somebody made all things. All things were made by him. So he was the creator. So he brought all things from himself. And then made all things. I show you. Somebody say, I show you. Yeah. Colossians chapter 1 verse 16 all the way to 20. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things. So all things were created by him and for him. Now let's look at why that happened. And you getting that now? For he is before all things. So the beginner, and by him all things consist. So the power that upholds creation is by him. And he was before all things were created. So he became the first manifestation of all things. He became a thing to create things. He became the first thing that made all things. He became the first being that created beings. He became the first habitation that created habitations. He became the first creature. He became the first manifested creature. Not that he was created, but he took a form of a creature so that he can have preeminence, absolute control over every creature. This Jesus is too much. Hey, Sahira. Arabo Sahira. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. But let's go on. And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have what? Preeminence. Meaning, even when he introduced the church for the first time, he became the first church, that he might be the head of the church. Even before he created anything, he became the first creature. that he might have a preeminence over all creation. So the first is the head. The first will always be the head. So he became the first of all things in order to have absolute preeminence. Lift your hands and say, thank you, Lord Jesus.